got a little jacked up. Um, it's January 10th. It's exactly 4 months since Charlie Kirk was murdered, assassinated, shot in the neck, live in public, um, by a deranged person following rhetoric from government officials and TV people and media. So we live in a world filled with rhetoric and hate, and violence is promoted from that. So I have the comments turned off tonight because I'm really tired of things like 6'7" being typed in the comments 50 times in a row when that's not a conversation. I'm tired of people with repetitive comments trying to get that little crown. So, yeah, you ruined a lot of live feeds. I spend a lot of time pushing a button trying to cancel that crap out of the feed. So we're not going to do that tonight. Tonight, I'm just going to do a little short video and talk about Charlie Kirk. That's it. 5 years ago, I met him on a college campus where I used to own a tattoo shop. For 5 years, I followed that guy. I listened to him. I watched his videos. I never saw the crap the media edited into his videos. Because if you have watched any of his videos ever, he always ended every video with the positive conversation, no matter what he had to state, no matter if he said something, because he never said that he didn't approve of people. He just used what the Bible said. And he was a good dude, and he's a family man. And what I've seen since then is influencers all over the internet attacking each other, right and left conspiracy, and not right and left people, but right people attacking right people over conspiracies, people making crazy headlines, people making crazy statements, unbanted statements. The truth is, in the last 4 months, we've done nothing positive. We've spread more media anger, more media hate. We've divided more people. We have no forgiveness. And that's all the dude ever was trying to talk to people about. Was talking to people about forgiveness, coming together, having a conversation, and figuring out a middle ground. That's what we're missing. We don't have any middle ground. We have all total chaos. We can't just meet. He has to be part of a party. They have to align themselves with something specific so they can be angry. Political personality means that you don't have a personality, because then anything that's said against your political party is then taken personally. But if you had a personality and then politics was a side thing, your soul will be more at peace. I'm not getting any live feed because I have the comments turned off. But that's all right. I was gonna read something anyway. It doesn't matter. I have the comments turned off because I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of people that aren't actually interested in the conversation, trying to hijack the feed with things like 6'7" and random repetitive words over and over and over and over that have nothing to do, like blue sky, blue sky, blue. Like, that shit is so stupid and ignorant. I just wish that those people had something to do. So I figured if I turned it off on my page, they'd have something to do, because they're obviously not going to sit and listen to what I have to say. What I do have to say is I think we could pick up that message that Charlie was putting down. We can pick up that happiness. We can pick up that faith. We can pick up that family value. We can treat our spouses better. We can treat each other better. We can use less drugs. We can use less alcohol. We can use less anger. We can use less violence. These are all things. These are all principles of men of every faith can embrace. So they're not unconceivable conceptions. They're not unheard of things. He wasn't preaching craziness. He was preaching to get together. And the things he was sharing those things so that those people could be freed from those things later. If you understand salvation and sin, then that's what he was trying to do. He was just having to do it in a short period of time with the limited amount of words, and in a limited period of time. So to make the biggest impact in the smallest period of time, you have to use the biggest words with the most power behind them. And that's what he did. And people didn't like that. They take frustration in it. They'd hear one or two keywords and they'd key in on it and they'd hate him. And so what we've done is we've become a society that listens to the masses, the media, the TV, the propaganda, nobody actually listens to the message. Nobody hears the words the people are speaking. They only hear what the people said the guy said. Nobody actually listened to what the guy said. So I'm just saying, I'm the Revradchad, and we got to come together. We got to find common ground. We got to find peace. And you know what? I say this all the time. If you don't like the other people, stay away from them. Leave them alone. Don't engage them. Me personally, I have the patience and the tolerance like he did. I couldn't sit with people with super ignorance in their beliefs and sit politely and verb with them. So what I do is I don't engage with those people. I mind my business. I stay in my lane. I don't give those people a hard time. I don't preach to them. I don't tell them how to live. I allow them to be who they are. I don't stop my car and yark at people because of whatever sign they're holding. I drive on by and act as if they don't exist. And the more we did that, the more they don't exist. If there's a little kid in the room screaming and crying in the other room, what do? You ignore it, and it stops. Unless there's something actually wrong with them, unless they're sick or ill, then you tend to them. If they're just crying to cry, then you let them cry, because what happens is they run out of energy and they stop crying. And we're human beings. And so if we could forgive each other for the things that maybe they didn't do intentionally, you're part of a group by proxy. You might not even be down with everything in the group. You might like one piece of the thing that your group is involved in, and all the rest of it you could care less about. But you're labeled into that proxy. So you're going to hate people that you don't know, labeled by proxy? That's insanity. That's absolute insanity. I'm going to read this. It's super short. It's like 2 sentences. Stay with me. It's Colossians 3:13, and it says, "Forbearing one another and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, ye also do so also do ye." That's it. Oh, everybody ran away. As soon as I read 2 sentences, everybody ran away. But that's the problem. That's the problem. If you can't find the faith, you can't find faith, then you'll never be able to accept those people for what they are, because you'll always be judging them. You'll always be taking your judgment from your side to judge the other people. You give up your humanity to become the judge. And then you wonder why they don't tolerate you when you're already judging them. That's it. Comments are off. No more 6-7. No more none of that stuff. If somebody wants to leave a comment, or they hate Charlie, or they hate me, or they hate the group that they think that any of that's aligned to, feel free to drop a post or a comment when this lands on my feed. But this is a positive feed. It's really just in memory of Charlie, man. It's been 4 months since he was brutally murdered in live public. His children were without a father. His wife is without a husband. There's tons of people. They're fighting with each other over how and why it happened. People that were supposedly his friends, forming conspiracies against each other, forming conspiracies against his own family. It's absolutely insanity. We spend so much time worrying about how to control each other's lives rather than just being good people in our own lives. All Charlie ever said was talk, discourse, share, converse. Hear their opinion, hear your opinion. If you don't like their opinion and you're against their opinion, don't have to listen to it. But everyone has the right to their own opinion without pushing it on somebody else. And I think we've forgotten that in modern day times. People tend to think that whatever they believe, they're allowed to push on the next guy. I don't push what I believe. I share what I believe. I don't tell anybody to believe it. I don't suggest anybody believe it. It's just what I believe. And and that was really Charlie's message. He was a little bit pushy, and he really wanted you to believe because he wanted you to feel what he felt. He was one of those guys. I'm a little more selfish. I enjoy what I feel from God, and I don't necessarily think that the people that I feel are not putting in effort deserve that. So I don't really push it for them. The people that want to try and want to come that way, I share that. You know, value is given and taken, but it's lost faster than it's ever gained. So your moral compass has to stay in tune with the way you talk and behave, or else it doesn't align, and it's not accurate and it's not true. You know, I see a lot of people on here bleeping and bleeping about their faith and all their righteousness, and then there's 4 or 5 of them at the bar blasting down all the booze they can handle. So opinion is like anything. The only thing that's not opinion is the word. You don't put your opinion on it. You just read it the way it's written down. That's it. That was Charlie's message. Read the word, be in the word, live the word, try to be a good husband, try to be a good parent, try to be a good friend, try to be a good person, try to be caring, try to be open-minded, try to be willing to listen. I'm not always good at that. I fail all the time. I am I am the wallpaper of the things you do wrong in front of God before you'll ever get the grace of God. Any man who preaches that he's been righteous in the eyes of God the whole time, and he expects to be walked into heaven with golden shoes on, will be the first one cast out at the door. You're allowed to fall down. You're made to fall down. God only picks you up. He only needs to pick you up if you've fallen down. If you've never fallen down, he doesn't have to carry you. He doesn't have to help you. But we all need help. We're all made in flaw. We're all of Adam. We woke up naked, and we know it. So I'm just saying, Revradchad, I miss you, Charlie. We love you. We know you're with God. Peace. I'm just saying, God loves you.